appreciate my team sending us into Christmas on a good note. I've had it both ways, and this is a lot more fun. So I appreciate their effort tonight. Got off to a pretty slow start. Did a poor job of taking care of the ball. That kid's pretty spectacular on defense for them, and we knew it. We talked about him, and but we didn't do a good enough job of taking care of the ball for the first 10 or 15 minutes of the game, and then I thought the last 25 minutes or so we were a lot better with the ball, and consequently we were a lot better, period. Our defense was pretty good most of the game. Got a little shoddy there in the second half. We gave up a bunch of foul shots, but in the first half we defended very well when we didn't turn the ball over. It's hard to defend 1-on-0. So I thought our offense was efficient. I thought we looked good on offense. Took care when we did take care of it. We got good shots. We made them. We kept the ball moving. A lot of guys were touching it and thus shooting it in the goal. So I was pleased. It wasn't perfect, but I was pleased.
Did you see this as more of a complete performance as far as from the first half to the second half for this group?
No, I wouldn't say. Well, we did a better job of taking care of the ball in the second half, so that made me feel a little bit better about that than I did the first half. But in the second half, they drove us more and got to the foul line more and shot a better percentage. But again, we were able to get the lead, and I don't know that it ever got under 10, and we were able to get it built out. So, in terms of a complete performance, there were. I mean, it was okay. We've still got a ways to go. We still need to get better. But I'm proud of these guys. They're buying what we're selling. We're just not as good sometimes as we want to be.
What do you think sparked that late run for you guys in the first half?
I thought Justice Kithcart was a big part of that. I thought his energy on the front of the press made a difference, and he got some deflections, got that steal in the layup. I thought this was his best game, and I thought his energy level really gave us a spark there in the first half, and other guys were contributing as well, but I did think that Justice stood out as a guy that gave us a jolt of energy there.
What kind of development and growth have you seen from him from the time that the season started, I guess about 6 weeks ago now, to where he is now?
Well, I started working with him on his foul shooting, and he made more free throws tonight than he has all season long. No, I'm kidding. He did make his foul shots tonight. Good for him. And I just think that he's starting to understand a little bit, and there are things that will get him on the floor, and there are things that will get him off the floor. and it doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure out. The more I do those things that Coach tells me to do, then the more I'll get to play. And so he's doing more of those, and consequently, he played 21 minutes tonight, and he was very good tonight. Some things I would have liked to have changed. He didn't take a charge one time. I had to take him out for that. But overall, I thought he did an excellent job of moving the ball, taking care of the ball, defended his position for the most part, and again, gave us energy, and that's what he needs to do. He needs to come in and give us a shock of energy with his speed and his quickness and the pace that we can play out with him in the game.
How important is his development for you guys moving into ACC play?
The development of our bench, including him, is very important, so if he continues to play like this as we get into league play, that will be a big shot in the arm for us.
You had said that it wasn't a consistent performance, Kevin, but as a coach, having seen your team give away some fairly large leads in the second half, how encouraging was it tonight where you guys didn't let them get back within 10 and ended up having a pretty emphatic?
Well, it felt good. We got them in a little bit of foul trouble. They got us in foul trouble early with Sheldon got 2, and then can't remember. I think Ryan got 2, but we were able to get Hollins there in foul trouble there in the second half. He got 2 quick ones and got to 4. And he's really kind of the Energizer bunny for them. He's the guy that makes them go, and so that helped us create some separation and keep separation. But I was pleased with the fact that I knew that, or I thought we would score if but to create separation, you have to get stops. And I thought that as we got consecutive stops, our offense continued to be good to us and allowed us to separate. But again, we would like to have taken better care of the ball in the first 15 minutes of the game. Would have liked to have done a better job of keeping them off the foul line. We said the key to the game was transition defense and taking away threes. They shot a better percentage from three against us, but they didn't really start making them until the end, when we had plenty of separation at that point.
What would you guys do that was important to help you avoid getting into a back and forth game? Because that seems like that's kind of their style, like the play.
Yeah, just got stops. We were able to get stops, and you know what? They missed some foul shots. There were times where they got into the bonus there in the second half, and they missed, some foul shots, which that's not what you want to depend on, but that helped us, and we did a good job of making ours, and I was really proud of Roselle Nix. I thought he went in there and really competed hard and got some rebounds for us. So it was a good night for our team. The other guys got to play and got to go in there and get a sweat and have some fun. So that was good.
When you all were struggling a little bit there in the first half, Kevin, you were kind of letting things play out a little bit. Just you still being relatively new here. I mean, when it comes to timeouts, when your team's struggling, what's sort of your general philosophy with that? Do you prefer to kind of let your guy, to give you guys a chance to, to sort of figure things out internally before?
I think there are times when a timeout is necessary, and there will be times when I'll call timeout. But honestly, if I have to call timeout tonight to try to get something corrected, then we got bigger issues than me needing to call timeout. So some things they have to figure out for themselves, and instead of calling timeouts, what I started using was that bench over there to send my message, and then all of a sudden the energy got better. And fortunately, guys came in off the bench and did what they needed to do to keep us where we needed to be. As a matter of fact, again, Justice came in and really made the difference at the end of the first half, which was probably the key stretch in the game. And I found out today that our team had its best ever semester grade point average, over 3.0. I told them that was the best Christmas present they could give me. So very proud of them. Everybody good?
Ryan Luther, 5 for 7 tonight, along with a 3-point shot, 20 points last game, 13 points this game. Have you seen anything from his development that has really led to a very consistent play over these past couple games?
Well, I guess he made 15 in a row, which is a school record. And I told Bill Hillgrove on the radio that I messed up because I coached him on those last 2 shots. So if it hadn't been for me, he'd probably made all 7 of them again tonight, and he'd still be on a streak. But Ryan's just a good player, and he's playing well for us, and we need him to. We need to get Chris and Sheldon going a little bit more than they're going right now, but I'm pretty confident that will happen. And but Ryan's just playing with aggression. He's playing intelligently, and he's picking his spots. He's not trying to force it. He's just taking the game as it comes to him, and he's a good player. So when it comes to him, he's good and he's ready.